If you go to the Connecticut Inspector General and file 60 complaints, you will be attacked, folks. Oh, yes, you will. But I recorded everything. So, what you should look at is this video, because I can't talk about a lot of stuff.
When I can just credit the woman I'm sleeping with at work. So that's what he did, and I was told that the promotion I was considered for was turned down, and I was fine with that. But then later, about a year or two later, I found out no, somebody else got my promotion. So I actually went to the inspector general and almost immediately attacked. And to make a long story short, basically they accused me of mysterious breaches, which they couldn't be bothered to tell me what they were, and then forced me out of NSA. So, and that was after a defamation campaign, and it was after NSA security stalking and harassing me 24/7.
Let me just say that in my case, I was falsely arrested after they sent a hitman to kill me. So these are serious claims here, folks. Don't want to ruin the party, but here we go.
Following me from my home to work and back and all around grocery stores, et cetera, et cetera. So that was a very familiar pattern to me. They did fire me, but luckily I fought and got a partial retirement, and I proceeded to sue them. So for, I would say from, they fired me about 2010, and until about 2015, after having stalked and harassed me about 4 years, they left me alone for a while until 2015 when my lawyer came up with a request to subpoena.
Well, what I'm saying is different from what she's saying. What I'm saying is they cashed 1,239 stolen checks. They looted my 14 bank accounts and they stole $50 million from my brokerage firm. I was a biotechnology analyst. I had my own firm, NSAG member firm, Greenwich Global. All the partners got robbed. All the partners got robbed, including Navy SEAL Commander Kurt. Remarkable, because he works for the FBI. He's my childhood friend, and he lived across the street from me since I was 5. And he is the toughest hombre on the planet Earth. So let's continue with the saga.
Paperwork that would indicate a top NSA SES manager had actually been breaking into my house, and they were not happy that I had ferreted him out. So I had moved to Florida. I was staying with my elderly parents for a while since my mother had health issues. And in Florida, apparently, NSA came down and talked to the Fusion Center and said, we think that she's a terrorist or something. They made up something. And so you need to get your.
Hold on. So, in my case, the Darien Police Department told everyone I was a domestic terrorist, and all my bank accounts were in Darien. All my bank accounts are under Chief Anderson's control. My People's Bank account is my campaign account, and I've never gotten a statement. Let me repeat that. My U.S. Senate bank account, I've never gotten a statement for. People's Bank account. That's nothing, folks. Let's listen to the saga.
Civilian vigilantes called InfraGard. You need to tell them what a terrible threat she is, what a terrible person she is, how we just can't quite prosecute her for anything. We don't seem to have the evidence.
Hold on a second. My case differs from hers. I'm stalked by the Stamford Police Department, the Norwalk Police Department, the Easton Police Department, the Weston Police Department, the New Canaan Police Department, the East Haven Police Department. Darien has stalked me. Stamford did worse. Norwalk has done far worse. Far worse. Extremely far worse. Now, judicial marshals are stalking me and injuring me physically, stealing evidence in the cases I am working on as a journalist. And it's quite serious because judges are involved, transcripts are missing, audio is missing, all types of evidence is removed from the Edison system, which is interoffice communications between the judges. There are more than 7 judges involved in gang stalking. Easily more. There's probably 28. Okay? I'm just saying, there's evidence on 7 of them. What do we talk about next?
Evidence that we need. And so they had people stalking and harassing me 24/7. And when that didn't work, that lasted about a year. When that didn't work, they introduced electronic weaponry, which that is called basically directed energy weapons. And the United States military and government have been, and intelligence agencies have been working on directed energy weapons for 60 plus years, but they really weren't talking about them.
65.
But they now are the next weapons race. And they don't really want you to know about that because President Putin of Russia had actually recorded an interview and said, we plead with the United States to not pursue this type of weaponry because nuclear weapons dissuades everyone from doing anything nefarious. We're perfectly happy with that. You know, we're perfectly happy the United States doesn't want to nuke us because they don't want to be nuked and vice versa. He said, I would advise not pursuing this. But of course, the United States is pursuing it. China's pursuing it. Russia's pursuing it. Iran is pursuing it. And these weapons are horrific, absolutely horrific. They go from anything from radio frequencies to lasers and potentially scalar waves, even though there is some kind of disagreement as to whether that exists or not.
Listen to me carefully. It exists. We are collecting data. We have the #1 directed energy weapon expert, and I talk to her weekly, and she is collecting mass quantities of data. So, if Judge White wants to say whatever he's talking about, and Judge Truglia wants to say what he's talking about, and Judge Meyer is doing what he's doing, the cavalry will come. I'm going to stop this recording right here.